Get ready for me talking about how I was arguing with a 50-year-old man yesterday over the phone. A little backstory. In the beginning of 2024, my mom started dating this guy, and he was telling my mom like he wasn't really ready for relationships, so he wanted to take it slow and everything, but he like took her out on all of these dates, like was always texting her for the first like few months, and then it just all started like going downhill. He like stopped texting her as much. He texted her like once every 3 days. They never like saw each other anymore, and it was just bad. He barely texted her. He showed literally no interest in her, and my mom was very hurt by this. She would constantly be like waiting for his text, and I literally felt so bad. I never liked this guy, and I told my mom this. I told her I didn't like him. I told her she deserved way better and everything, but she barely listened. I never met him. He never wanted to meet me or my sister, and he didn't want my mom to meet his kids because I don't know. To this day, his kids still think my mom was always just a friend. Anyways, fast forward a few months, like all of this was just still going on. He was barely texting my mom, and then like last month when we were in LA, my mom had like blocked him on everything. She had like told him that she was tired of being hurt by him. She found a new boyfriend, like she's talking to this new guy. She blocked him, deleted his number, deleted his contact, everything. And he called her on Google Meet like 2 days later. And I already know like the only reason he was trying to call her again and like get back with her was because he know that he lost her because like she found a new guy. This new guy, my mom started talking to him, I think it was like the beginning of March this year, so like a few months ago. And then like 2 weeks after they started talking, I met him and everything, and like he met my sister, and he was always like at the house helping out. And let's just say at first, like I don't know, I've never met any of my mom's boyfriends because my dad passed away in 2023, like in October, and so it's still like kind of new to me about this whole new dating thing with my mom. The guy I was talking about before that treated my mom badly, we're gonna call him Ryan. And then the new boyfriend that my mom is dating, we're gonna call him John. So Ryan's excuse to why he never wanted to meet me or why he never spent time with my mom was because he was always working and had to go home and take care of his kids. John does not have kids, so he is always over, but he does work. He comes over after he works. Like he literally makes the time to. And John lives further away than Ryan. You know what I mean? And him taking care of his kids, that excuse is fine until you realize his kids are 18 and 24. No shame to them still living with him, but the fact that he still has to go home and take care of them when they're adults is just a little weird to me. Anyways, after he called my mom on Google Meet, she answered him. I don't know why. And then Ryan texted me and my sister the same paragraph because we were together, so we realized that he sent us the exact same paragraph saying he wanted to get to know us. He knows that he and my mom are in love with each other. I texted him, you have had a year to prove to my mom that you want her, and you have not shown that one bit. And I told him like I don't want anything to do with you, and he was like, I just think you need to get to know me and then you might like me. And I said, I don't want to get to know you. He sent my sister the exact same message, and then she said, why could you copy and paste it? You couldn't even write a message out to either of us. For me, that just shows how much he really cared. And we all knew he was just using me and my sister to get back to my mom. The only time he ever wanted to talk to us was then, after he realized my mom had a new boyfriend. Back to John, like I said earlier, I was like new to the whole like my mom dating thing, so I gave him a hard time. The first like month, I didn't really talk to him at all. Like every time he was over, I would just be in my room. I didn't really talk to him, which is fine. Like he respected that. And like every time he comes over, he asks me and my sister if we want any food or anything. And so I just thought he was trying to buy his way in until he started like genuinely wanting to spend time with us. He literally helped me rearrange my whole room, which took like hours. He spent literally like 2 hours teaching my sister all 50 states where they are, all the capitals. He like fixed everything that we needed to fix in our house. And he's like always giving my mom flowers, like giving her stuff. He got me and my sister Easter presents. Like, he shows he cares, and honestly, like at first I was really skeptical, but like he's really growing on me. He's really sweet. He literally went to church with us on Easter, and he's been in church with my mom other than that too. He met my best friend's whole entire family, and that itself was a crazy story. We're not gonna get into that. Him and my mom get along literally so well. Like it's crazy. I never thought like I would see this. Anyway, so back to Ryan. Even after she told Ryan that she was with John and that like she was pursuing that, Ryan was like, okay, well I still want to be friends. Like we're still really good friends. I don't want to lose you as a friend. And so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We can still be friends and talk all the time. So they did. They literally talked all the time. And Ryan would flirt with my mom. It was so annoying. Like I would see their texts and he would be like, oh, I will cook for you. And my mom was like, no, John cooks for me. It was so obvious that Ryan just wanted my mom to be friends with him so that he could try to win her over from John. And obviously my mom didn't see that, but I did. Then last night, I caught my mom on the phone with Ryan. I had been on the phone with him for around 30 minutes. I've never spoken to this man. I've never met this man. He didn't care to speak to me or meet me. Honestly, I didn't either. Let's just say the call lasted almost 3 hours, and after I had been in there, I argued with him those whole 2.5 hours. I was going off. I was on FaceTime with one of my friends for most of the call just so she could like listen, and it was literally so funny because I was arguing with a 50-year-old man. Like my mom had it on speaker and we were just talking. It was like all three of us talking, I don't know. But then I hung up like later because I low-key wanted to film it, and I filmed like 30 minutes of the call, or like 45 minutes of it. But this video is already 5 minutes long and I'm probably boring you, so if you guys really want to hear like what was on the call, and if you want me to like tell y'all everything that was said on the call, I will. And I'll include the video stuff so you can like hear his voice and like me talking to him. It was literally so funny. Anyways, bye guys, I love you and Jesus loves you.
Do you want to hear a couple things I did as a child with violently undiagnosed ADHD? Like, guys, I can't lie, I did some weird stuff when I was a child, and now it's fine because I have an excuse of ADHD, but when I was younger, no one knew I had ADHD. Number one, I used to climb the walls in my house, and my parents actually banned me from climbing the walls. Go in like the hallways, and I would climb to the top of the walls, and I would do like obstacle courses, just like climbing the walls in my house. I'd put my arms out and like hang through the hallway, and my mum would just come upstairs and I'd just be there like hanging in the hallway like this. Hello. You know, if you want a tutorial, because I can still do it, girl. Next one is when I was 13, I was curious to see what would happen, so I set off the fire extinguisher in our house, all in our bathroom, everywhere, and we had to evacuate the house because there was a thick layer of fire extinguisher gas everywhere. I filmed it for a TikTok. As I should. This one makes me sound like a psychopath, but I swear I was literally just curious. Basically, when I was like 7, we had this toy dog, right? And it was like on wheels, and it had like a wooden stick that you could like pull so you could like walk this fake dog. One day my sister was stood on this toy dog looking at this dog, and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just pulled it right now. Like, I wonder what would happen. So I did, and she fell off and broke her arm. One time I found some spray paint in our garage, and I went up the road that I live on and I spray painted loads of gold circles all up the road with this spray paint, and they're still there to this day actually. When I came back inside, I was covered in gold, and my mum was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing. And she was like, well, why are you fucking gold? You look like the Star of Bethlehem. And I was like, oh, I've just been using the spray paint. And then she told me that I was gonna get arrested for vandalism. And I cried for several hours. But I'm still here, bitch. I'm still here, so fuck y'all. I also used to go into my garden and eat all of the poisonous berries off of the trees. So I've been to hospital maybe 8 times because I ate poisonous berries off of the trees, and I just wouldn't stop. Like, every time I would do it, my mum would be like, stop eating the berries, like they're poisonous. And like a week later, I'd be like, ooh, snack time. One time my brother's friends came around, and one of them tried to hug me, and I really did not want to hug him, but instead of just asking him to not hug me, I impulsively kneed him in the balls, and he cried. I didn't even know this boy. And he was like, Lily, come for a hug. I was like, oh, don't test me, bitch. But I am a bit sorry if that was you. My bad. One time on Easter Day, my mum bought a bunch of Easter bonnet hats, like straw hats, just for fun, you know, and I found one that had a tiny little hole in the top, so logically I decided to pull it all over my head and get it stuck around my neck, and then I was screaming in pain because I had an Easter bonnet stuck around my neck for about 25 minutes. And I had to be cut out of it. And that's only the tip of the iceberg, girl. That's only the tip of the iceberg, and I wish I was joking. I actually wish I was joking.
Being with my boyfriend has literally taught me how different cultures can be and like how they raise their kids. Either that or his dad just hates me, but I'll literally come over and 30 minutes in, his dad will be like, why is she still here? And some people might think this is on the verge of too lenient, but for my parents, like, they don't care how often we hang out, when we hang out, like, whatever. Literally, like, we'll go a couple days without hanging out. My mom will be like, where is he? Like, why haven't I seen him? Or why haven't y'all hung out? And also, okay, my parents make sure my brothers pay for their freaking dates. Like, I've just always grown up with the known rule that, like, guys pay on the date. And my boyfriend's 15, right? So he doesn't have a job. So we asked his dad for money, naturally, and then his dad gave him enough to pay for him and not both of us. I literally, like, me and my mom were laughing so hard because, like, what the heck? Also, ignore how bad this looks. I'm gonna fix it after. And, like, I obviously didn't care because it's not his fault. It's just so crazy to me because my parents would literally scold my older brothers if they didn't pay. And, like, I'm genuinely not trying to be ungrateful. I just think it's so funny, the difference between cultures. Like, just how he grew up versus how I grew up. But, like, trust me, he does spoil me with, like, the money he has. Like, he literally spends the only money he has on me, and he's, like, broke now because of me. Oh my gosh. Do you just see that? I almost ripped out my eyelashes. But anywho, yeah, I'm not trying to talk bad on him, like, or his dad. I just think it's funny, the difference. But right now I'm getting ready for I don't know what, because I don't know if he's coming over or not. Oh my gosh, I also didn't address the main thing about this video, bro. My sound quality. It's fixed. Like, it sounds so much better. It sounds so, like you can hear this, like, it's so crisp. Anywho, I do not like how my makeup is turning out on camera, so I'm gonna do the rest off. Bye!
You made a man cry? That's cool. Have you ever made a man throw up? First of all, this man was insane. He had lied to me about literally everything, said that he graduated and wanted to go to culinary school, none of which was true. He was a high school dropout. You live and you learn, guys. That's what the delusional high school years are for. I'd just gotten back to his place from Target, and I was trying to find a movie to watch, and I'm like asking him about it, and he goes, rolls over on the bed and starts watching Fortnite videos on YouTube. And, you know, for some odd reason, that's when the dots started to connect. And so I said out loud the question that you're never supposed to ask. I said, do you think that I like you more than you like me? And he said, yes. So I went, okay. And I started grabbing all my stuff up, started putting on my shoes, and he gets up and looks at me and goes, oh my God, they always do this. Man starts screaming in my face, going off about how I'm so boring and I'm the most boring girl he's been with, and he's been with 30 women this year. How I'm just a number, just absolutely. So like now I'm crying. I don't remember what else he said to me. I think I blacked it all out. All I know is that at some point I came to and was done crying. Just started drilling into this man about his relationship with his mother. I had to have struck a nerve or something, because I finally, like, after I was done going off on my tangent, I was like, you gonna walk me out? He walked out of his room, and the door right across the hall from his had a massive hole in it. And I said, what's that? And he said, oh, I just like got mad the other day. Get me the fuck out of here. For whatever reason, stopped to say bye to his dog, and I hear yakking. And I start to laugh a little bit. Really, there's no way that he is throwing up. He comes out of the bathroom after throwing up for like 5 minutes. And I said, are you done? He said, I don't think I do really well with confrontation. No shit. He stood at his door for like another 10 minutes. He was asking me to stay friends with him, and I was like, no, I'm actually gonna get in my car and you're literally never gonna see or hear from me again, actually. Needless to say, I dodged a bullet. Maybe a meteor.
Get ready with me while I tell you some stuff that I struggle with as someone who lives with OCD. Alexa, volume down 1, please. Okay, right. Okay, one of the things is that when I'm shopping, I have to plan in advance, basically. So, like, when I'm picking stuff up off the shelves, I need to make sure that it's cleanable. Like, if it's grocery shopping and I pick up, like, a bag of porridge in a, like, paper bag, that's not cleanable because it's paper and I can't clean that, so I can't bring it home. And if I've just come from school and I'm going grocery shopping with my mum, I have to be careful with what I touch, just in case it's not cleanable. So relating to that, when I come home from, oh, that's too much. I forgot, ooh, I'm just gonna have to, ooh. Anyway, so yeah, relating to that, I have to, every time I come home from something, or be even in my garden, I have to wash my phone and, like, not wash it under the tap, but, like, clean it with a wet wipe, Dettol spray and stuff, you know? Same with, like, literally anything. If I brought, I don't know, my headphones outside, then I need to clean my headphones. If I bring my phone case outside, I need to bring my phone case. Clean it, you know? Clean just everything that goes outside that's gonna come back inside needs to be cleaned. Another thing is, I don't have hair wash days, because every day's a hair wash day, basically. Because obviously I go outside every day, so I have to wash my hair every day, because, you know, when I'm outside it gets dirty. I can't have that dirt come inside. And when I say dirty, I mean, like, not mud, like invisible germs. Like, even if I go into my garden, I'd be too scared to come back into my house. So I need to put on some clean slippers. I'll get onto that bit in a minute. But yeah, I put on clean slippers and then get straight in the shower. I can't sit on anything when I come home. And this next one, I thought this was quite common, but I don't think it is. Basically, when I come home from school, school is just so full of germs. I cannot enter my house. So basically, I go home and on the doorstep, basically in the doorway, I take off my clothes and then put on clean slippers because I can't have my dirty feet touch the floor. Put on clean slippers and get straight in the shower. Same with my school bag, like that stays on the doorstep. This one is gonna sound really insane, but basically when I've had a shower after, when I'm in my pajamas after having a shower ready for bed, I cannot use my house. Like, what I mean is, like, I can go in my bedroom, but I can't go anywhere else. Like, I can't sit on the sofa downstairs and watch TV because it's too full of germs. I can't hug my parents or even let them brush against me without changing my clothes because they're full of germs. Even though they follow the same rules as I do with getting in the shower as soon as we come home and stuff, I just feel like everything is infected with germs. So, in my head, it makes sense, but it probably sounds insane now saying it. I have loads of freak attacks when any germ attacks happen, like, wait. So last night, for example, my mum came into my bedroom and opened my window. I've got shutters, right? And she came in and opened them and then opened the window. And that freaked me out because she's dirty from the house and this is my clean bedroom because this is my safe haven. And basically I freaked out and started crying and stuff because I had to then clean my shutters because once I'm clean from my shower, I then shut my shutters because I don't want the light coming in the morning. Then I'll have to go wash my hands. And as you can see, red gloves. You can't really see on camera, but I've got red gloves because I wash my hands so much. And I want to stop doing that, but I can't if stuff like that happens. So I had to clean the whole thing. It took me 30 minutes just to clean each individual shutter. And the whole thing is quite, you can't really properly live in your house because you're just too scared of germs. I haven't hugged my parents in a few months. And I've had this thing for 4 years or so. But it just keeps getting worse. And I've got this thing where my whole floor is dirty no matter how much I clean it. If the cleaners come, it won't be clean. So when I come out the shower, I need to jump into my slippers because I can't touch the floor because it's dirty. And then if my feet touch the floor and I go into my bed will then get dirty and my body is in my bed, so my body will be infected. Then I sit on this chair will be infected, then all my makeup will be infected and everything's too much to clean. I just can't do it, so I just try and avoid it. Ow, I've got an eyelash in my eye. Ow. Ow! Ow, what the hell? Okay, I got it out. Woo. My eyes are watering now. I haven't really explained this whole thing really well because it's kind of really confusing now that I think back on what I've said. My dog, I've got a dog, and sometimes when I've had a shower, right, or every day even, he's too dirty for me to pet, so I can't go near him or anything. I've had therapists for it, right, because it's been going on for 4 years. I can't not have a therapist. I've been through so many and they don't work. None of them work. And it's such a hard thing to explain because if you're not there, then you don't really understand how, it is. Because for me, it's not the organising thing. It's the cleaning and the germs and the, voices telling me that's dirty, that's dirty. Basically, when something dirty touches me, I can feel it on my body. So if, for example, someone goes like that, I can feel that for hours. I can feel that germ, so I know where to clean, but I'm gonna still clean my whole body anyway, just in case anything's crawled over me. Anyway, I'm going shopping now, so that was nice. I'm going shopping now, so that's gonna clear my brain. I'll probably do another part to this because I probably haven't explained anything properly in the detail that it is, but that's just a little taste into what this is. So bye guys.
If we're hanging out, I'm immediately going home First, I'm immediately going home if you're constantly bringing up school, work, or assignments of any kind. Like today is the last day of classes. I'm about to be on break in a week. Do not utter anything about schoolwork. Do not utter anything about Google Doc. Do not utter anything about Microsoft Word. Do not utter anything about Blackboard, WebAssign, PowerSchool, Quizlet, Canvas, Grammarly, Google Classroom, Zoom, Khan Academy, anything, including whatever I forgot to mention. It's just not what I came here for. Like, we went to see a movie and now you're talking about lecture. Why? There's not a single reason for you to be doing that, and there's not a single reason why that's necessary. Next, if we're hanging out, I'm immediately going home if you're checking the time every 4 seconds, knowing damn well you have nowhere to be. Like, you can just say that you hate me. It's okay. I know damn well you ain't got no curfew. And even if you do, it's 1 p.m. Why are you checking your phone like hanging out with me is a 9 to 5 and you're waiting, counting down the minutes until you can leave? I'm not holding you hostage. You can go. Next, if we're hanging out, I'm immediately going home if you're saying no to literally everything we suggest, but you're also not suggesting anything yourself. Like, okay, so you just don't want to do anything. What was the point of this? If that's the case, the plans could have stayed in the group chat, especially if the plans were already established before you came and you knew you didn't want to do that, but you still showed up. Actually, I changed my mind on this one. I'm not leaving. You have to leave. Next, if we're hanging out, I'm immediately going home if you're on the phone with another person the entire time. And I'm not talking about a regular call. I mean, you're on FaceTime with this person start to finish the entire time and you're not even talking to the person that you're out with. Because what was the purpose of me leaving my bed just so that you can be on FaceTime the entire time and not speak to me? You could have did that from your house. We are finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
Get ready with me while I tell you about my nightmare of a high school experience. First of all, I just want to say, if you're having a bad high school experience, life does get better. High school is literally where people peak for no reason. Okay, so basically, I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I think 7th, at the end of 7th grade when COVID like hit the world. And obviously like it was like the 2-week thing, and then we just like never came back to school. So like, and this is when I like went to a new school. So like I didn't really know anybody, but like I did like a weird in between. So 8th grade, just like literally every other single person in this world, like when the world shut down, like we didn't have school obviously, so like I didn't really get into like, I kind of like, okay, so that's when my whole like big ass eating disorder started, and I just kind of fell off the face of the planet Earth. So then I was like missing like all the events, like I basically just didn't go to anything, so that was fucking amazing. I think freshman year is like when we started to go back to school and like everything became like a little normal when I got home from like the mental hospital and shit. And that's just like awkward because you come back and it's like, hey, but like nobody really cares, but like you feel like people care, like. And this is like when I went like psycho crazy because I felt like I missed out on so much, even though I really fucking didn't. But oh my god, I gotta go let my dog in. So I just kind of like lost my sauce and all of that, and I was always like the type of person that had like one best friend. Like I would never like be in like a group of friends, like I'd always just have like a singular best friend. And I think it's just because like my personality is like very like I like deep connections, not just like kind of like surface level, if that makes sense. Honestly, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I was like just genuinely like not mentally there, and like somehow I just became like the most hated person in my town. I really don't know how. I got to be like friends with like not the best people, and like just like all this stuff that just like all of it just like added up, and none of it was good. I like couldn't keep friendships, and I think that was like self-reflective of like how I felt about myself like at the time, and like just like a lot of catastrophes were happening, to say the least. So then I started online school, which was like literally the best thing that could have happened to me at the time. Like I needed just to get away and all that stuff, and I graduated from online school. Yeah, comment for part 2.